Happy crafternoon, friends. It is great to see you. Welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Well, it may look a little bit different around here today, and that's because Tom and I are broadcasting today from home. We decided to set up a small studio at home, very small, and we wanted to do that for a variety of reasons. I don't know if anybody here is from Wisconsin or anywhere up north, but there are times in the winter when the weather gets pretty bad. And during those times, Tom and I have to stay late at our warehouse in order to go live. So we've been thinking about putting together a small studio at home that would work the same way as our studio at work. And we finally accomplished that. So we are really excited to be here. So, and you know what I did? I treated myself to all brand new blending brushes for my new little studio here. Isn't that fun? So we're going to break these in today. So before we get started with today's video, let's say hello to Tom. He's in a new dead space. It's really dead. It's tiny.
Oh my.
How are you?
I'm better than horrible, but as you know, hope you have your popcorn out there because anything can happen today. We don't know if everything's plugged in. We just...
Yeah, we tried to mimic our setup that we have at work, so hopefully your comments are really, really helpful. People are saying it looks great, and hopefully it sounds good, and, you know, hopefully I didn't forget anything, because I'm bringing stuff back and forth, but we'll see. We'll make it work, right?
This is Gina K. Homespun.
Yes,
right?
homespun, yeah.
At home, the home.
And a lot of you might remember when I first started going live, like, oh gosh, Rena and I were going live probably, I don't know, 8 years ago. We started going live back in 2017. But during COVID, when COVID hit back in 2020, I had just had a home studio, not a home studio, but a home craft room built for me in our dining room. And our dining room's super tiny, and it's a tiny space. But what I decided to do with that space, since I have a studio at work, I decided to turn that into a pantry. So now, you know, we're just in a little bedroom, right, Tom?
Yeah, we're crammed in.
We're crammed.
It's fun though. It's fun. And
But I was thinking it'd be even fun to do like a Tuesday night pajama party.
Okay.
So, and Tom, you have to wear your jammies too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll make it work anyway. So today we're going to be working with the brand new card kit. And for those of you who joined us at our release party, you know we have a brand new card kit that just came out. I know I have it here somewhere. It is called, let me see. It's over here. I have it over here. I brought it with me. Let's see. It is called Floral Friendship, and this is what it looks like here. So it has 2 huge stamp sets, 2 huge die sets. It's got some coloring stencils, and it's got this big Mega Bloom flower. And so during the release party, I had mentioned that I was going to either do a postage card using the Mega Bloom, an A2 size card, or a large 5x7 card. And it turns out, I said, you know, just let me know which one, you know, you are most interested in. And it was really split. So I decided today that I was just going to do both. Why not? There's plenty of time to do both today. So I'm going to use my sticky mat for this. And I'm going to start with the postage set. I'm going to do that first. So let me grab my die cutting machine here. And I'm going to cut out the postage die from Master Layouts 14. And I have that right here. It's this die right here. Let's see here. And I'm going to use the coordinating stencil today. And I wanted to show you this technique because it's really a super easy way. And you know what? If for any reason the screen looks blurry, and I'm just looking on my YouTube channel here, there is a little button underneath the screen on YouTube that allows you to change the what's it called, Tom? The quality of the video, and make sure it's at HD, because sometimes that happens too. But we checked the internet here. We have super, super fast internet. It's as fast as it is at home, so we shouldn't be having any problems at all. Okay, so we are going to start here.
You are at home.
I mean, yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I meant at work. It's the same speed at work. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the postage die from Master Layouts 14. And I am going to have to find my pick and stick tool. Oh, great. Thank you, guys. Hey, Brianne. Brianne is here. I appreciate you, Brianne. Look, I brought one of my new ink stands home, Brianne. It's all pristine and crisp. Can't wait to use it today. Brianne sent me some new ink stands. I wanted some more. Okay, so you can see that cut out really nicely. So we've got this die here all cut out. And I think that's all the die cutting I'm going to need to do today. Oh, I might need to do one of Master Layouts too. Why don't I do that now while I've got the machine out? And then it'll be easier to assemble our cards. Okay, so I'm going to cut the plain rectangle die from Master Layouts 2 in black, because that's the one I'm going to use for behind this die right here. And once I get these cut out, I'll be back in the picture. Oh, did I cut one already? I did. I have one cut already. Well, there we go. That's all ready to go. That's a blessing. You know, it's really nice to have a place to work at home, too, because one of the saddest things in Wisconsin is to have a snow day and all of your card making stuff is at work. That's kind of sad. So this is going to be nice for me. I'm very excited about it. Okay, so the technique I want to show you today is, it's kind of a double stencil technique, but it's going to enable us to, instead of using masking magic to mask everything off, we're just going to use the coordinating stencil to mask everything off, and then we're going to lay our stencils on top. All right, so I'm going to lay this onto my grip mat, my sticky mat. You can use your grip mat for this, or you can use your sticky mat, either one. And then I am going to line this up on top. Now, give me a second here, because this is the part that you want to take your time and you want to make sure that you've got it lined up right the first time. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm using the sticky mat to hold that down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of our carnations. So I have some light carnation here, and I have some medium carnation here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my Mega Bloom stencil right on top here. Tom can't make the warehouse. What does it say there? It's over my grip mat. Tom can't make the warehouse. I know, Mindy, you're so right. That's very scary. I have to remember to bring everything home that I need for sure, because Tom can't make warehouse runs for me. So hopefully I have tape. Okay, so I'm going to put this bloom up here in this top corner. Okay. What's the overlay? All right, I'm getting all new messages on our system today. And I'm going to start with some light carnation ink. And then I'm going to take a blending brush here, and I'm going to, oh, that sound, I love that sound, Brianne. So I'm going to start right in the center, and that's where it's going to end up being the darkest. And I'm just going to go kind of in a clockwise motion in the center, and then a counterclockwise motion. And then I'm going to just kind of work my way up each of these petals so that they get a little bit lighter as they get toward the edges. And this is kind of a nice way to create shading even though you're only using one color. This is such a fun stencil, guys. I know we all love our big flowers, right? It's hard not to. And by the way, I know that so many of you have sent me get well wishes, and I really appreciate that. That's really kind of all of you. And I know I couldn't respond to every single one of them. There were so many, but I want you to know that I was reading them while I was laying there. I was reading every single one of them, and I really appreciate it. You guys all made my day. Okay, so now I'm going to peel this off. Being careful not to remove this one. And then I'm going to, in the same orientation where the words, I don't know if you could see the words down there. I think you can, but it says Mega Bloom 1 down there. I'm going to just place this right here at the bottom, like this. Just to add a little bit more color at the bottom. In the same orientation. So I didn't like turn the stencil or anything. That's just going to make it easy for me to add the second layer if I want to.
So Barb wants to know, do you have double sets of tools, one for home, one for studio? You have to now, right?
I do, yeah. I do have double sets. I have a die cutting machine and a scoring board and a paper cutter and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I did treat myself to some new blending brushes. And I had a second set of inks already at home and stuff like that. So I had a lot of things that were in my studio that I had during COVID, but some of that stuff I did take over to the new studio. So it was tricky making sure I had everything. Okay, so now I've got those two flowers there. Now we're going to move to the medium carnation. Is that stencil sold separately? Yes, you would buy this stencil separately from ML14, from the Master Layouts 14. This one is called the Postage Grid stencil. Now I'm going to, in the same, make sure that my Mega Bloom is down here at the bottom. I'm going to lay this right on top, like that. And I am going to add my next layer of ink, which is going to be the medium carnation. And I'm going to use the same blending brush. Yeah, don't get sick. This winter's sickness is not very fun, I'll tell you that. I had a lot of things going on this time, too. Actually ended up in the hospital one of the days. It was not fun, and it really threw a wrench into my ability to do business, and not like, you know, to work on things like reordering things that I needed to reorder and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to go to dark carnation, and I'm going to get a detail blending brush, and I'm going to use some dark carnation, and this is, I just want to add a tiny little bit of like extra color, just a little darkness right around the bottoms of these petals. I love this flower. A lot of you always ask me, like, what flower is that? This is just based on nothing. It is just a big, fun, crazy bloom. That's why we called it Mega Bloom, because we couldn't call it a dahlia. We couldn't call it a tulip. It's just a flower. It's just a big bloom. Okay. So there we go. Now I've got that on there. Now I'm going to pull this off. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing down here. Just find that spot. And I'm going to add layer 2 down here.
Question Noel wants to know, are the sold out Master Layouts coming back in stock? Interested in Master Layout 9. Do we know that at all?
Yeah, I do know that, because we had done a reorder of the Master Layouts, and some of them actually sold out a second time, which is crazy, but I think it's because of the series. And we placed another order for them, and I just got a shipping notice overnight that they're on their way. So they should be here pretty quickly, which is great. And I'm just adding a little bit of extra color in there. Okay. So now I've got my 3 layers of carnation. Now I'm going to start with the greens. So for the greens, I'm going to use the spruces today. Look at my one little blending brush with color on it back here. Can you go to the front shot, Tom? One blending brush with color and one detail brush with color. There we go.
You have to turn all the other ones looking at it. Looking at the...
Yeah, they're all like... Don't worry, I'll work on them, I promise. I promise. That was the last thing I grabbed. All right, so we're going to use light spruce, and we're going to use medium spruce. So we'll start with the light spruce. And now we're going to get that, let's see here. We've got to find the bottom. Here it is. See, it's easy to mess that up. There we go. Okay. Now this I'm going to lay right on top. Once I get it in position, I will press it down around the outside. There we go. So we're starting with light spruce. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I don't get sick very much, which is funny because I am a type 1 diabetic. That's not funny, but in a way, you know, it's interesting. I always said that my immune system is so strong that it kills all the good stuff too. So I've been really fortunate not to get flus and not to get I did get COVID way back and I didn't even get that sick from it. I didn't get sick at all. And poor Tom was like half dead from it. And I was like, fine. But this time, okay, so there we have those greens. Now I want to add a little something right here. So I think what I'm going to do is, see that these two leaves right here, they don't go here, but I just need to find like a V shape. So I think I'll slip this in here like that. See how that just fits right in there? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Post-it note and I'm going to take a pair of scissors, my scissors, and I'm going to cut just a little kind of like a little kind of curve here. Let's see if I can just cover.
Question from Ginger. Is this Alicia's work?
This is Alicia's stencil. So see, I just covered that up there. Now hopefully I won't mess it up and knock it off, but I'm just covering that up so that I'm making my own little mask, kind of. All right. See that? Just kind of blocked it out of the way there. And that allowed me to add a little bit more greenery down there. So I might need this for the second layer, I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep that. And now this layer is going to be our darker green. So we will line that up like that. And then we're going to move to medium spruce. Oh, I love this new ink organizer. I got this one from Stampin' Storage. You can't do picture-in-picture, can you, Tom? I got this ink organizer from Stampin' Storage, and I absolutely love it. And you know why I love it? Because you can put all your ink pads, but you can also put all the matching ink cubes. They fit in here. Can you believe it? So I ordered one for the studio too, because I just think it's so beautiful and it takes up less space and it holds more pads. I have all of our pads in here and I still have room for 2 more. Well, I don't have all the amalgams in here. So maybe I shouldn't say that. It holds 72. That's a lot. So I love it. Okay, now I'm going to go with the medium spruce and darken up some of these parts in here. Okay, now I gotta find that same spot on the stencil, and I believe it's right over here. And look at that, I don't even need my little mask this time because this part doesn't go down that far. Yay! I got lucky. Okay.
question. Where did you get your stamp storage?
My stamp storage? You mean like how do I store my stamps and are you talking about the unit that it's all sitting in? I'll answer both questions since I'm not sure what you want. So the unit that everything is sitting in behind me is from IKEA. And do you remember the name of it, Tom?
Halga?
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 Yeah, it's not big. It's just a little shelving unit. It's all I need. I just need, enough to get me through. I store my stamps in refrigerator bins that I get at a place called At Home. It's kind of like a home-centric or it's like a big home store, and they've got like all kitchen-y stuff and sheets and towels and furniture. And so I got it there, and I really like it. I like them. I use the 8x8x6 size because they're a little bit smaller and they can fit in a more shallow shelving unit. And they're not as heavy, so if you want to like pick them up and bring them over. But I just store them all in our storage pockets. I put the die set on the magnet in with the stamp set, and if there's a coordinating stencil, I stick it in there. And I just have a regular label maker, and I just make labels with the names of the stamp sets and everything. Okay, so ready? Here is the magic. Look at this. See that? Isn't that so cool? I love how easy that was. And we didn't need any masking magic for this one. Not that I don't love masking magic, and if you have that, you certainly can use it. But this just made it fast. So the stencil is called Postage Grid, and it would be under our stencil category. You would find it there. Okay, so I'm going to put this away, and then we're going to ink up some of our little postage stamps, and we're going to add some of those details on this in a little bit. But let me get my tidy towel. I have a tidy towel here, and I'm just going to clean off my mat. Okay, so if you're going to clean your sticky mat, just make sure that you don't use any stamp cleaner or alcohol on it. You never want to do that. It will take the sticky off. So just clean it with water. I just use my tidy towel and just clean it with water and just give it a minute to dry, and hopefully the sticky will come right back. It will. And in the meantime, I'm going to clean my stencils real quick. So I'm going to use some alcohol for that. Got my little bottle of rubbing alcohol. I know some people put it in a spray bottle, and that works for a lot of people, but if you are sensitive to chemicals or anything like that, you can just use the bottle and just kind of put some on your paper towel and just clean them quickly. So that just cleans it so nice and quick. And I have to clean these again because we're going to be using these again to make our bigger card in just a little bit. So it is great to see all of you here. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been a little crazy the last few weeks, and I think for those of you, I know all of you. All of you are, you're either moms, your grandmoms, your sisters, your friends. You are somebody who has responsibilities. You're a pet mom. Oh, poor Alicia, when she got sick and her doggy needed her. Oh, being a pet mom, that's challenging because you can't say to the pet, "Mommy doesn't feel good, go play." That's even harder, I'm telling you. And you don't realize how many responsibilities you have every day until you're not available to do them and nobody else is doing them. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so now I wanted to talk a little bit about Master Layouts 8. We're gonna turn both of these into cards, but I want to just talk about Master Layouts 8 here. And somebody was asking in our Facebook group, how do you make the most of your cardstock when you're using Master Layouts 8 or when you're trying to make a 5x7 card? So basically, what I suggest, it's not rocket science, but I think people are always hoping that you could save cardstock a little bit better, but it's not always that easy. So basically you take a full sheet of white cardstock and you cut it in half. And then I just cut as close to the edge as I can. I don't like to go too far to the edge because sometimes, you know, if the die shifts a little bit, I hate to waste paper and if it just like shifts off. So, and then I always save these pieces for die cut pieces. I mean, you could get a lot of little die cut pieces out of here, little, you know, images that you stamp for postage, or you can get die cut words out of here. So I just take my paper cutter and I just save these little ends. Now, some of you are very frugal and you'll save the strips too, which is totally fine. You can certainly do that. If you wanted to save these strips, you could, you know, cut them out in a certain way that would be perfect for stamping a strip sentiment and cutting it out. So this is the way that you get the most out of a piece of cardstock when you're using Master Layouts 8. But the thing that it's only worth it if you actually use these strips. It's only worth it if you actually use them. Otherwise, it's a mess. So what I've been trying to do lately is I've been trying to, like after I make a card project and I've got a lot of this stuff, I'll just take a few minutes and I'll stamp a bunch of greetings on here, on these. And then I'll get my real skinny little strip sentiments dies and I'll just cut them out. Something like this, I mean, that's really skinny, but if you're a person that does not like to waste, just go ahead and stamp a bunch of greetings on here. This is big enough, definitely, for small images, but these, do it right away, put them in a little bin, and then you'll always have lots of greetings ready to go. And for the background layer, I do the same thing. With Master Layouts 8, I cut a half sheet. I try to get it as close as I can. I save this for big die cut words because I like to do those in black. And here you can emboss and, you know, in white embossing powder and do some black sentiment strips. And that's the way to get the most out of this. Otherwise, you know, a 5x7 card. Ooh, what happened to the camera? There we go. Oh, it must not be locked in focus. Sorry, guys. We'll fix that for next time. So yeah, so that's what I do. Now, I'm going to take this. I cut this out of Master Layouts 8. So this is not an actual 5x7 panel, but it's designed to work in a similar way that our Master Layouts 2 works for A2 size cards. It gives you that nice thick 5x7 border. So sorry about the fading in and out. That's something we have locked in on our studio, and we just realized that we have to lock it in here at home.
Liz wants you to know she appreciates making dies already cut and with magnets.
Oh, you're very welcome, Liz. I am somebody that does not like to cut apart dies. Yeah, I'm always afraid of my eyes.
We all have die tab trauma.
We do.
Even some of the husbands.
It's true. All right, so I'm going to start this one up here at the top corner. And let's see. I think I'll do it right about there. I want to leave a little room for the leaves. And you can look, you can check your second layer to make sure that you're going to have room. And I have plenty of room there, and then when I flip this around, I'll have plenty of room. One of the things I love about this stencil and the way Alicia designed the leaves for it is there isn't a leaf down here. Now, I know we needed one down here, but that's easy to do, like you saw here. But what's not easy to do is if there is a leaf and you got it all done, and then you're trying to flip it and mimic it on the other side, that leaf will get in the way. So I love that we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so the colors that I want to use for this are our new blue sky. So let me find that. Blue sky. And then I'm going to mix that with powder blue. Those are a really nice color combination for the blues. So we'll start with blue sky. Oh, you're very, very welcome, Catherine. Let's see. The ink pad carousel is $100 unassembled and $130 assembled and painted in white. Yeah, I got mine assembled. I am not going to assemble it because I don't know how to do that, and Tom's been too busy assembling furniture for me. So, all right, well, we're going to start with Blue Sky. You know, Alicia, I'm going to answer Betty's question. Betty said, I've seen Rena on the show, and will you ever have Alicia on the show? So I want to tell you a little bit about my two children. So Alicia went to college in New York and became a filmmaker. She got a degree in film. You know what? I'm going to put a Post-it note down here because I already see the disaster happening. Anybody else catch that? There we go. So she went to school to become a filmmaker. And Alicia will be the first one to tell you that she would much prefer to be on the other side of the camera. She'd rather do what Tom's doing than what I'm doing. She'd rather be behind the controls. She'd rather be behind the camera. She is a fantastic artist, but she's not a crafter. She doesn't make cards or anything like that. She paints. She's a fabulous painter, but this kind of thing is not really her thing. She understands crafters because she was raised by one, so she knows what we like. But she is not really into being on camera. She's not really into, any of that. Now, Rena, on the other hand, she loves to be on camera, and she's very good at it. So, even when Rena had her own YouTube channel, Alicia was helping her behind the scenes, doing a lot of the recording and helping her with some editing and things like that, although Rena did a lot of her editing herself. All right, so now I'm going to move to the leaves. And the reason I'm doing the leaves next is because I want to see where everything falls so that I can flip it around and do the other half. So I don't know why I put these pads back, but we're going to use the same ones. We're going to use the light spruce and the medium spruce. Oh, Debbie, I've had dies that refused to be cut apart too, and they're painful. I'm just more afraid of any of my customers, getting a little shard of metal in their eye. So I really love the idea of providing dies that are already cut. And I'm one of those people that when I get something new, I just want to take it right out of the package and use it. So I don't want to have to prep it first. So, okay, so let's get a little green up here, a little green down here. And then we'll do these leaves. So I'm going to do the second layers of these later. I just want to get the first layers on here so that I know where everything is going to land. And then we can go back and add those second layers. So this is kind of fun. Now I have to figure out what pajamas to wear and do a nighttime pajama party live. We've got to do a Tuesday night at home one night, Tom. All right, so I'm going to flip this around like this, and I'm going to go back to that same stencil in the same orientation, and now I can figure out exactly where I want to put it. So I think I'm going to put it low. Should I put it here? Yeah, why not? Let's put it here. We'll get it right up against that leaf. And then I want to look at this. Yeah, that's going to work great. And I don't have to do anything over here. Okay, so now we're going to add our sky blue again. Blue sky, not sky blue. Blue sky. Did she go into film production of films or directing or something else? She became a director, and she made a couple of films herself. One is actually won quite a few awards. She's a documentary filmmaker. And she did a documentary film on horror hosts. So I don't know if you guys know what horror hosts are, but I bet you do. Some of you might remember Elvira. She was a horror host. And what horror hosts do is they watch horror films with you, they kind of take some of the scare out of it. Like, it's like watching with a friend. And then they break in during the film now and then and talk to you. And there are horror hosts all over the country, local ones. In Philadelphia, we had Dr. Shock, right, Tom?
Dr. Shock. Shocky Doc.
Shock. Yeah, and so she did a documentary about that kind of niche-y cult of people, and it won quite a few awards. It's been seen at a few film festivals, and it won quite a few awards. But now she is back in school, getting another degree in painting and drawing, because she is definitely a painter and an artist. And I think it's where it's her love. It's what she loves. So she is going to focus on that. And she'll probably at some point maybe teach at a collegiate level, or I don't know. I don't know what she'll do. But as long as she keeps designing for me, she can do all the other fun things she wants. Doesn't take her super long to design for us. So she can really focus on the rest of her career. She also has a little store where she sells her artwork, and she does shows, trade shows, and things like that with her artwork. And she definitely has a group of people that follow her work, and there's a big kind of they call them like nerd shows. She does those kinds of things. They're like our stamping conventions, but for people that like more nerdy things. And so she has a series that she's doing on space that's really cool. Okay, so now we've got our first layer done, and now we're going to go back and do our second layer. But Rena did promise to come back on the show soon. We've got to get her back. All right, so I'm going to just leave it in this orientation because it doesn't really matter. And we're going to do our powder blue layer. So we've got to get that lined up. It's nice because you can see through this and get it all lined up nicely. But again, you do just want to make sure that you protect this little area. If you're a big wide blender like I am, I like to really take it out. I like to make it dramatic. Okay. Oh, Brienne, you're so sweet. Brienne shared Alicia's website. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to powder blue, and we're going to add that darker color. Now, we're not going to do any real fancy extra third color shading, but if you wanted to do that, you could with blue denim. That would really give you that depth if you were looking for that. But I think this is going to be fun, just like this.
Question from Penn's hockey fan. Which master layouts are for A2 size? I am working on ordering all of them for A2. Thank you.
Okay, so I would say master layouts 1 and 2 for sure. Master layouts 4, 5. I'd have to go through them all. And I'm doing a series. I don't know if you've been following along with the series, but I've been showing you different master layouts and how they work together. 14, I know that. 14, 18. You know, the thing about the master layouts, and the kind of the thing that's so cool about them, is you can use all of them with A2, parts of them with A2, but then you can also use them with other master layouts in the collection. But if you start with just those, you're going to have a lot of really fun ways to use to make A2 cards. Okay. I love this powder blue and blue sky combo. But blue sky also looks great with blue raspberry. That's a great combination too. It's really super bright and fun, where the powder blue is a little bit more muted. Okay, here we go. Look how fun this is. And when you do these 5x7 cards, it's nice when you're using these big stencils because you really get to see a lot of the actual artwork in the flower. Sometimes with the smaller cards, you know, when the flower is super big, you just get a tiny little corner of it. This, you get that whole bold mwah, kiss right in the center of the card. Okay, so now we're going to do layer 2. And we're going to use medium spruce for this. All right. You'll have to read it to me, Tom.
This is from Clifford, who said, I'm glad I bought this set for my wife for St. Patrick's Day. It shipped today, so proud. So should get it Monday, I hope. Looks great, Gina. You always do an amazing job.
Oh, thank you, Clifford.
Boy, hubby of the year.
Yeah, that's hubby of the year material right there, right? I was thinking that too. Okay, and you know what? This stencil is so cool if you wanted to do this layer with fused foiling gel and then just use, like, let's say you did this in jelly bean green and then you came in with our fresh asparagus foil on there. Just adding foil to those second layers is really beautiful on this one.
A lot of hubbies of the year out there.
A lot of what?
Hubbies of the year.
That's so nice. It's so nice when we can appreciate each other's hobbies, right? I mean, Tom, you have hobbies, music and biking, right? And it's so nice that
I get out of the house.
That you get out of the house and I get to make cards. Hobby of the year. Oh my goodness. All right, so that's simple and done. And now we're going to take this off. And the best way to take these off, you know what, I'm going to not take any chances here, is to just kind of roll the mat like that, and then they peel off very easily. Okay, I'm going to move that, and I'm going to clean this before I go any further. That's funny. My hubby needs to take some notes. Just have the video playing real loud when he's in the other room. This section of the video, the replay. He'll hear it and he'll be like, I want that award. What do I have to get her? Okay. And let me find my top for my sticky mat. Boy, I use grip mat and sticky mat interchangeably, but we have both, so I don't want to confuse anybody. Alrighty, so now I am going to need to make some greetings. I didn't even think of that. Well, I do have the stamp set close by, and I'm going to use, I think I'll use this set today from the kit. This is from the Floral Friendship Kit, and I'll stamp a couple of these and cut them out. And then I'll show you what I used for my original card that I made for release party night. Okay, so I've cut these two black panels out, and I am going to layer these together, and then we're going to talk about the size of the card base for this 5x7. Okay. So yeah, these 5x7 cards, they're big. And you know, I saw a lot of mixed messages in our Facebook group. I saw people say, you know, Gina, no, don't do 5x7 cards on your next live because I don't make those kind. And then I saw other people saying, yes, please do 5x7s. I always make big 5x7 cards, big square cards, and regular slimline cards because I love big cards. And so that's why I'm doing both today, because I can't pick a favorite, you know, and I love all the sizes. But one of the things that, and I've told this story before, but my mom, when I started making cards, I made her an A2 card, and she didn't seem like she was absolutely in love with it. And I asked her, I said, Mom, what's wrong? Don't you like the card? She said, well, I love it. The artwork is beautiful, but it's so small. And I realized that my mother equated the amount of love that the card was sending to the size of the card. And there are some people that really, really feel like an A2 card is too small for them. So if you have somebody like that in your life, making a 5x7 card feels more like what you buy in the store. It's a bigger size. It's not too big, but it's bigger. Okay, so the way to cut a card base for a 5x7, there's really only one way if you're using 8.5x11 cardstock. And that is, you know, this would be the 11 this way. You're going to cut it down to 10 inches. And then you're going to turn it this way, a quarter turn, and you're going to cut it to 7 inches. So you end up with a 7x10 piece of cardstock. Now, if you're using 12x12 cardstock, you can get 2 out of it. But with 8.5x11, you can only get 1 out of it. And again, you've got some leftover strips. And with those strips, I would just say keep those and use them for different little greetings and panels and things like that. So this is 10 inches, so we're going to score it at 5 inches.
Any plans for adding pattern paper in the future?
Yes. Yes, in fact, I just had a little meeting about that. So yes, we have pattern papers coming. Okay, so I don't know that I cut this right, but we're going to make it better than horrible here. There we go. That is better than horrible. So that is my 5x7 card, and then you can see when you use the Master Layouts 8 how it frames it out so nicely. And that gives you lots of room to write and stuff like that. And we do have envelopes on our website that fit the 5x7 card. So if you're looking for an envelope, you can pick those up. They are white. All of our odd size envelopes are white. So, but you can decorate them, you know. You could stencil this flower down in the corner of that big envelope too and make it all match together, which is super fun to make your envelopes match. Sometimes I like white envelopes just because you can jazz it up that way. And then this one is going to go here like that. But I'm going to put this one on at the end because I still have some postage stamping to do. All right, so let's make our greeting panels next. Let me get some cardstock here. And let me get my Misty. I have my old turquoise. It's not a turquoise Misty. It's a pink Misty, but because you could tell because it's got the pink. But My Sweet Petunia used to sell rulers, stick-on rulers. You can see it's a sticker. And I bought the turquoise ones that they used to have on their website. And I decorated my old Misty and turned it turquoise. But I actually really like the black Misty. That's what I have at work. All right, so for this, we're going to do Your Friendship Means the World to Me. And I think this is a really nice size greeting that we could use for both cards. And I think I'm going to do that. So in here, I do have my grippy mat. So this is our double background grip mat in here, and it grips onto the paper, but it's a little lower than the edge here. So when you close the door, it's not going to stick, and it gives you room to put your stamp, but it holds your paper in place. So it's really nice and convenient. Plus, it's got 2 background stamps on the other side, so it does dual use, you know. You don't have to, you're not just paying for a slab of photopolymer. If you're paying for a slab of photopolymer, you might as well have a stamp on the other side that you can use, right? You know, one thing I don't have here is my Chucky tool. So, but that's all right. These stamps are stamping so nicely.
And Sandra wants to know, will you be adding patterned ephemera?
Yes, we will be. We will be. Okay, see, they're stamped so nice. I don't even have to worry about my Chucky tool today. Let me clean this stamp. And how's the focus, Tom? Has it been okay?
Yes, if you just leave something on there, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, guys. I hope that's not making anybody nauseous. Okay, so we're going to cut these out, and then...
They're saving that for the word of the day.
The nausea?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a small acrylic block, and I'm going to use the Spring Friends stamp set to add some little postage elements here. And then we'll die cut out those words and we'll assemble the card. Well, we've got half of our inventory of the new Chucky tool in stock, but it takes this man a long time to make these because he's making them one at a time by hand. So, yeah, it's taking a while for him to get them done. And this is just like a trial run for us. We're going to see how they go. If people really like them, then we might have to look at, you know, finding a couple other people that can make them as well. So I am going to test my stamps first before I stamp them. These are all, I mean, you'll love it. It's hand painted. Each of them are hand painted. They're amazing. See that little blob in the center? I don't know what that was, so I want to check that again. There we go. Okay. So we're going to stamp first class up here at the top. Sorry if my head gets in the way. Just wanted to make sure that it was straight. Oh no, don't blur. There we go. We'll get it. It's our very first time. I'm surprised that the equipment even actually worked. So hang in there. Next time we go live from home, it will not be blurry at all. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the 10 cents. Yes, we are going to have another grip mat coming out in the late spring. All right, let's do 10 cents over here. There we go. And we'll do... Now, if you don't have this stamp set, we do have another stamp set that would work really well for this job, and it's called Postcards and More. And it's got different options for different postage amounts, and it also has, like, other sayings that would fit, like, first class, like, you know, priority and things like that. A lot of cute little things. Okay, 50 cents down there. 50 cent. 5 cents. I'm just testing them all first just to make sure that they work. We'll do 5 cents up here. There we go. And let's see what else. We could do... Did we do this one? 2 cents. Let me give you my 2 cents.
Do you know the name of that stamp set?
This one is called Spring Friends. Let's do this right here.
And are you thinking of picking up with the next Master Layout episode next Thursday?
I am thinking about doing the next Master Layouts next Thursday. Yes, that is my plan, to get back into Thursdays. It's always hard during, like right after a new release, because I like to always, you know, make at least one card using the new stencil, and that really doesn't get used much with Master Layouts unless it happened to be, you know, lucky, like to have 14. But yes, we'll be getting back into that, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so now I'm going to get my die cutting machine, and the coordinating die for this word, your friendship means the world to me. There it is. Oh, I know something I don't have here. I don't have any, I don't think I do. Do I? Did I put some in here? Let's see. Let's see if I was smart. It's debatable. No. I don't have any masking magic to hold this down, so we're going to do our very best to not mess it up, although I don't know how I'm going to do that. So, oh, I know what I'll do. I've got some pixie tape here. I'll use that. I like using Masking Magic strips the best for holding die cuts down. And I didn't bring home a magnetic mat, so I'm working without a net. Okay, but this will work. The only thing with pixie tape that's different than the Masking Magic is, with the pixie tape, if you tape over the words itself, it can tear when you pull it off, but with Masking Magic strips, it won't tear. So Tom, while I die cut these, do you have a word of the day?
Well, of course. I wouldn't show up here without a word of the day. Okay, so for those of you who may not know, the word of the day is just a droll kind of attempt to distract from what's really important here. I come up with these silly words that address earth-shattering issues in our lives, right? For instance, today's word of the day has to do with, for some reason, a lot of words of the day end up about food, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so this is one of those. So if you've ever taken your Dijon out of the fridge, or horseradish, mustard, and you shake it up, turn it over, and try to dispense it, something kind of hard falls into your plate, and from the top of the spout, that little piece of stuff that falls out, that is called crustard. Crustard.
Ew.
Crustard.
Crustard.
Yeah, it happens.
It's true.
Have you ever served one of your guests a hot dog with crustard on it? I have not, that I'm aware of.
No. It happens, though. It's true. It gets crusty at the top. That's a great word of the day.
And even though it's not officially the dead space, I'm going back.
Back into the closet.
To the dead space, the closet, yes.
I love it. That's great. All right. So I'm taping these down, and then we're going to add our greetings. So for this one, I think I'm going to add it down here like that. And for this one, I'm just going to go right here like that. And I'm going to use some foam squares, which I don't know where they went either. Have any foam squares somewhere? Let's look around. Well, I had them. I don't know where they went. So let's tape it right down onto the card. We'll get it together. This is new. This is new. I do have tweezers though, and I do like to place my greetings using the tweezers. I feel like I can see it better. So we'll just put that right there. I feel like that would look really good popped up though. So if you're making this card at home and you haven't lost your foam squares, definitely pop these greetings up. And I'll show you my samples that I made where I did pop them up. So you'll get that look too. And for some of you, maybe you don't even want a die cut and you just want to stamp your greeting and you've got a bigger greeting like right on there. You could certainly do that as well. Now I have some little rainbow pearls here, and I am going to add some of the blue ones because look at how gorgeous these blue ones look with this blue. Really pretty. Oh, and look what I found. I found a little candle holder, And my Connect glue bottle fits right in there. I love that. So I had to buy it. I don't know why. It was just a couple dollars, but I felt like I needed it. In the moment, I needed it.
I'll try and be careful not to light it.
Yeah, don't light it. Okay, so I think I'll do one here. One here. And just one over here. Like that. It's going back in my little candle holder. It's so cute. You know, the things that make us happy, right? Sometimes we get goofy, but put a tiny one there and a little one over here. There we go. I think that is plenty. And I'm not going to put anything on here because I think with the postage, there's enough going on that I don't need any more anything on that. So these are the two cards. These are the cards that I showed you on release night. But now here on this one, you can see I popped up this greeting. And this is from Modern Roses. The stamp set called Modern Roses, this birthday wishes. But you can see this greeting is just as bold, just as, you know, a good size that works great. Now, if I didn't have foam squares, what I could have done is cut like 4 blanks of this same die cut and just stack them, and that would have given me a similar look. And some people prefer to do that because when they're mailing them, there's no like parts that squish down. But either way, whatever kind of greeting that you use, if you don't want to make it flat, popping it up just gives it a little bit more dimension. And then on this one, I popped up the greeting and I put it up higher, and then I added first class down here. So you could do it either way, whichever way you want. This came about because I dropped my stamp right there. So underneath there is a black blob, and that, you know, that does not look good. So I decided to put the greeting across the center there. But you could also stamp it. You could leave this box blank and you could stamp the greeting there too if you want. So any one of those would work. All right, and I'm just glancing through your questions here. Yeah, I think the pearls add the little something. You're right. I just like that little extra there. Yes, Kathy Zilski's boop. We need the little boops. All right. You all right, Tom? Okay, so Tom, I think we need to give away a gift card today, and then I'll tell you what's coming up throughout the rest of next week. So next week, I am going to be back. Tom and I will be back on Tuesday night with another card kit video. And then on Thursday, I will be back with another master layouts video for you. And this weekend on Friday, I will be participating in SBC Fest. Now, people are asking me what time my class is. I'm not really sure. I've got to get all those details from them, but it's an all-day, one big, long live stream. So we're just coming in and they are just streaming live, and the teachers just kind of funnel right into that. So it's not like, you know, there are a whole bunch of different things that you have to follow. You just have to head over to scrapbook.com's YouTube channel and look for their SBC Fest video on Friday. I believe it starts around 11 o'clock Central Time, I think, but I don't want to say that 100%. It might be 10 o'clock Central Time. So, but if you're signed up for it, just go over to their website and go into the SBC Fest events page, and it tells you the start time and all of the details that you need. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be fun. I'll be chatting live with everybody at the same time as my class is airing. And I know a lot of you already have that kit, but you don't have to have purchased the class or the kit to watch. So you can participate for free with products that you have in your collection. Or if you purchase the class kit, you can do all of the different techniques that I'm going to be teaching with the class kit, and that's tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. So what do you think, Tom? Is it time to do a gift card giveaway?
It is time.
All right.
Okay, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please.
Do we have a drum roll? Did we bring that? Bring the drum kit? Okay.
And the winner is Charlene Ellenburg Schwartz. Charlene!
Yay, Charlene! Congratulations, Charlene. All you have to do is send your name and your email address to info@GinaKDesigns, and we will get that right out to you. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today from our little home studio. We had a lot of fun with everybody, and we certainly are so grateful that you spent some of your afternoon with us here. Again, Tom and I will be back next Tuesday night. Hey, by the way, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the channel, first of all, we would just love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another video. We're getting very close to 200,000 subscribers, and we're going to have a big party when we get there. I think I'm going to let it go a little over 200,000, because the worst feeling in the world is when you get to 200,000 and you go, yay, and then somebody unsubscribes and it drops back down again. It's heartbreaking and it's stressful. So I think we'll wait till we just bump up just a little bit more than that, so we know we have our safety net, and we will have a party. And then if you're not a member of our Facebook group, we'd love to have you over there. Our Facebook group is called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. So come on over there, join us. There's a few security questions and you have to agree to the group rules, and then we would love to have you. We do that just to eliminate the potential for spam. And then, let me get out of the way here. And then if you saw something that you liked here, and the amazing Brianne Loveland, who has been linking all afternoon here for us, thank you, Brianne. But if you missed one of her links, you can find everything that I used here today over at GinaKDesigns.com. We do want you to know that all of our products from our release are being restocked. We contacted the companies, put the orders in right away the next day, and everybody promised to rush those products. So we should have them back in stock very soon for you. And we do appreciate your patience and all the outpouring of love from so many kind people saying that they understand. You are our people, and we love you, and we appreciate you being so kind and so patient with us. It's hard, first of all, it's hard to, we don't have a crystal ball, and second of all, I got sick. So I kind of dropped the ball. Usually I reorder right away after our retailers order, and I was not in a place to do that. So thank you for your patience. Those things will be back in stock, and our illustrators will be sharing inspiration along with our guest designers, and me will be sharing inspiration on our Facebook group, on YouTube, and on Instagram. So we're going to continue to support those products. You know we do that. We keep going back to the old stuff. We love it. All right, everybody. Well, we are looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow at SBC Fest, and then next Tuesday here on the channel. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.